it's seemingly all about telecoms tonight, Marcus, starting off with the deal of the day here in Europe.
Yes, indeed. Hi there, Laura. Hi there, everyone. Mobile network operator Vodafone has agreed to buy the Spanish cable company ONO. The value of that deal is 7.2 billion euros. Vodafone is paying for a company with nearly 2 million customers. It's hoping to create a challenger in the home market of its Spanish rival Telefonica. The deal is seen as another example of the ongoing consolidation in the European telecoms industry. It's Vodafone's third major purchase of fixed-line broadband assets in just 2 years. Now, that consolidation in the telecoms market is also seen to be happening right here in France. The billionaire behind the cable company Numéricable has come out to defend its bid for mobile network SFR. SFR's parent company Vivendi decided on Friday to enter exclusive talks with Numéricable. That decision was seen to fly in the face of the French government, though. Carl Brown has more.
Moves towards building a French telecoms giant are underway, with Numéricable and its parent company Altice in exclusive talks with Vivendi.
What we are building here is a champion, a national champion, by bringing together two magnificent companies with different histories but which are very complementary.
Cable group Numéricable forecasts savings of more than 1 billion euros per year from a merger with Vivendi's SFR unit. Drahi pledged to invest 3 billion euros in France's telecom sector and create jobs in France. The assurance follows concerns raised on Friday by Industry Minister Arnaud Montebourg about whether the small company could take on the comparatively large debt load with the purchase. Montebourg also highlighted concerns over the structure of Numéricable's parent company, Altice, and its CEO, Patrick Drahi.
He owns cable operations in several European countries, but he has a holding company in Luxembourg. He has shares through Guernsey. The company is listed in Amsterdam and he lives in Switzerland, so he'll have to show his tax patriotism.
On Monday, Drahi shot back.
It is already certain that I will invest 3 billion euros in France, which seems to me is an already massive repatriation. If all investors in the French market repatriate all their capital to France, I will do the same tomorrow morning.
While Patrick Drahi said he and his family would continue to live in Switzerland, Altice's subsidiary Numéricable is listed and headquartered in France, as would be any new merged SFR Numéricable entity.
OK, we're going to move on now to the financial angle of one of our top stories this evening. Stock markets are taking Western sanctions against Russia and Russian interests in their stride. Russia's main stock market index, the MySEX, closed with a 3.8% gain on Monday. It comes after the European Union and the United States slapped travel bans and asset freezes on Russian and Ukrainian officials. The EU's list includes 21 individuals and the US list 11 individuals. There was relief in the markets earlier as the sanctions targeted a small group of people and not wider Russian economic interests.
I don't have any data about how much money the individual oligarchs have in Germany or in London. At the end of the day, these are economic pinpricks which are meant to hit the political surroundings, so the personal surroundings of Putin. It would also mean problems like, for example, travel restrictions for individual oligarchs, for the relatives who can no longer go shopping, etc. But for the economy as a whole, these are only really pinpricks.
Let's take a closer look at the state of play in the stock markets. And in the United States this hour, there are gains pretty much across the board, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average up more than 1%. It appears that investors there are not expecting a major fallout of the Russian standoff with the West. We saw a pretty similar picture in Europe at the close, with gains across the board. As you can see, once again there, the MySEX in Moscow up 3.9% at the close. Let's talk you through a few other stories that we're following for you. General Motors is recalling 1.5 million vehicles to fix defective airbags and other problems. It's the second massive recall for the American car giant in as many months. GM is facing several investigations for last month's recall of 1.6 million vehicles because of a defective ignition switch. That problem has been linked to 12 deaths. GM says the two recalls are not connected. Finnish-Swedish telecoms firm Telia Sonera may be in trouble with US authorities. The partly state-owned company says US officials have asked for documents in connection with its business in Uzbekistan. Telia Sonera is currently under investigation in Europe on allegations that it paid bribes in the Central Asian country. Several senior managers, including the chief executive, were replaced when the scandal broke last year. And this year's edition of New York's St. Patrick's Day parade set off without guineas earlier. The beer dropped its sponsorship during a row on whether participants can display signs to support gay rights. Parade organisers did not allow marchers to carry gay-friendly signs. The dropout by Guineas left carmaker Ford as the last remaining sponsor of the New York parade. So Ford being pretty lonely there when it comes to St. Patrick's Day, at least in New York. And with that, I'm going to wrap up the business news. It's back to you, Laura.
Thanks very much indeed, Marcus. And we'll get an update from Marcus in an hour. More business news then. But first, let's turn our attentions to sport.